Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S. back with part 3 of this video. I know I didn't do very well on the last one. I think I messed up a little bit with my list again. I decided I didn't really want to do this, but I decided to write down just in case. So I didn't really want to read from this, but I think rather than me stumbling across what I'm trying to say, if I need the prompt, I'll just read through my list. I'm just about with my own writing. I think I'm the only one who can. But anyway. So, anywho, there's a case for investing in dyslexic entrepreneurs, and someone put it. I read online that dyslexic entrepreneurs are more likely to start more businesses and employ more people, and delegate things because we'll need to. We as a collectively, I'm not an entrepreneur myself, but the ones of us that are entrepreneurs need people to help us run our businesses. So the ones that do run business. Their businesses, well, if you like. So they will need to employ more people. Of course, if you employ more people, economies benefit. So there are benefits to investing in entrepreneurs. And I hope this person doesn't mind. But with that, I have copied and I'm going to paste the link. Hopefully, I think I've copied it. So I'm going to try and paste it in the description. Anywho, so I'll try and get on with this list. So number 20. Apparently, there are many historical successful entrepreneurs, such as, for instance, Henry Ford and even Walt Disney, the late founder of IKEA, Ingvar Kamprad, and many others, such as Steve Jobs, the late Steve Jobs, obviously founder of Apple, co-founder of Apple, and people like that who. And there are people who say that Anita Roddick had dyslexia. I don't think she's with us anymore, so to speak, unfortunately. But and look at other. I don't know if this is true, but they say James Dyson has dyslexia as well. So again, these are people I have no evidence that have dyslexia and haven't said they're dyslexic in their own words. Of course, it wouldn't technically be possible for them to do something like what they did. But anyway, so these are historical characters, and in James Dyson's case, I believe he's still with us, so he's still alive. But I don't know if he said he's dyslexic or not. But anyway, back to the ones who say they're dyslexic in their words, as far as I'm aware. And I was reading on Forbes. I thought of an idea actually, Forbes, to do like a rich list specifically for dyslexics, or they could do other groups like women, or Asian entrepreneurs, or specific groups like the top 30 richest people from certain backgrounds. Dyslexic billionaires, I think, would be an interesting one. And Forbes often mentions about these people having dyslexia, so it would be interesting to see like a full list of dyslexic billionaires if they wanted to come out and talk about their dyslexia. They've already made it, so to speak, so I think they'd have nothing really to lose. In fact, many people might support their business even more, maybe, and they can inspire other people. So I think that'd be great. I'd also love them to invest in fellow dyslexics. And talking about the case for investing in dyslexic entrepreneurs, to borrow the term from someone else, I think that these Asian nations and African nations would be great. I would do well to invest in dyslexics, and just by encouraging them to reach their full potential and set their own businesses and take risks. If they could do a lot better. And probably shouldn't have Pepsi this time of night. I know it's nearly midnight. So anyway, but yeah, so I'd love these people to set up training academies and centres like Virgin for young entrepreneurs. Virgin entrepreneurs, as in they've never set up their own businesses. I don't know if it's a bit of a risque term, perhaps. That's apparently how Virgin the name started. I've talked about before, but I don't know if they could change the name to something else. But yeah, Richard Branson's Centre for Entrepreneurship, and I thought his company Virgin Enterprises could have their own for people to take that plunge and risk running their business. That is. Anyway, so I'm going to crack on with this. Bertil Holt. I hope I'm pronouncing these names right. My pronunciation is not that great, but Bertil Holt. I saw about him on Forbes. Don't know much. I didn't really read much about what he does. Oh, he did something to do with training people in English or something like that, and education, something about education. But I didn't read. As I'm not going to go into too much detail about what these people have done, but I'm just going to mention them. Again, you can always Google them, as I said in my last videos. But so number 22 is Bertil Holt. Number 23 is Ollie Forsyth. Apologies again if I butchered his name. He's a young entrepreneur from the UK. Ben Way, he was told he was unteachable by his teachers. He then became a multi-millionaire by 17. But then he lost all his money, and I believe he made it back all again. He made it all back again. So he's done really well. So I'm trying to remember where I am with my list, but I believe he's 24. Number 24. 23 was Ollie Forsyth. 24 Ben Way. 25 David Murdoch. I don't know if he's still with us, as I say, but he is or was an Australian entrepreneur of Dole Foods, I think it's called. Struggled in school, and he did really well later on. That's most dyslexics who have done well later on. They didn't always do well at school. Another one is Michael Camerata. Again, I hope I pronounced his surname right. Obviously, his first name is the same as mine. If I got the information correctly, and I think he was an article. There was an article about him on Forbes as well, and how he was told he was unteachable, and he managed to become. I don't think he's a billionaire, but he's made like 100 million, and he's only in his 20s. By 20, I think he made 100 million or something like that. So even by 13, he was a multi-millionaire. So he did really well. His story is really interesting, so I think it's worth reading up. I might even try and find out more about it myself, and it'd be great if I could interview some of these dyslexic entrepreneurs in the future, part of my channel, and inspire other people. And it will help me in my philanthropy. As I've said before, I don't really want to make money for myself. I want to help other people. So that was number 26. Number 27, Herbert Wertheim. I assume that's probably a Jewish name. I'm not sure, but I think it said on Forbes he's of Jewish descent. I'm not 100% sure, but that's number 27. He was an optometrist. I thought it said he was an optician that became an investor, but he was an optometrist. So I believe that's an eye specialist, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so he's a multi-billionaire as well, just like Bertil Holt, who I talked about before, and they're both on Forbes. Number 28, Edward Keelan, who is the dyslexic investor. Again, another person who was told, written off by his teachers, and he did really well later on. But he's an investor. I don't know how much his net worth is, as I say, in American net worth and all that. But anyhow, so number 28, dyslexic investor Edward Keelan. Number 29 is Alan Meckler, who is the CEO of IT and Online Imagery Hub Jupiter Media, JUPM, in brackets. So I was reading about that online. So I think he's number 29. And number 30, Jamie Oliver. And there are many, many, many other dyslexic entrepreneurs. I mean, even for this, I know I shared the list in my last one, link for 22 supposedly dyslexic billionaires. I don't know how accurate that list is, but I'm sure there are, if there are 60,000, let's say, self-made millionaires, self-made, that's why you shouldn't have Pepsi, self-made millionaires in the UK. If Pepsi sponsor my videos, I'll probably change that and say, well, you should have Pepsi. Anyway, so if there are 60,000 self-made millionaires in the UK, and 20% are dyslexic, I suppose my maths is not that strong, but it would be something like 10, 11,000, 12,000 or something like that. So I'm sure if I found out more about those, I could easily fill a list of 30. And again, I hope that I really hope loads of dyslexic entrepreneurs see this around the world and write up their own dyslexia story to inspire others. You never know who you're inspiring, especially young people who are struggling in the classroom. It's like helping a younger version of yourself. So please do share your successful dyslexia stories. And I was thinking Bertil Holt did something to do with education, like funding ways to train people with dyslexia, and his net worth is $5 billion, I think. And he was doing stuff about training people with dyslexia, and I was thinking a lot of people like that with dyslexia, it'd be great if they set up schools and educational centres in Africa and Asia and help them to understand about dyslexia and talk about the positives. Anyway, I think that covers everything. Peace and love.